You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rodrance for Black and White Sports. Well, Brittney Griner's Russian lawyers, it looks like Russian lawyers, are overseas right now, and they're preparing. She's got a hearing on an appeal on Tuesday, upcoming this week, and they are currently in preparation mode for that. And they have come out and made some comments. It doesn't sound good for Brittney Griner. As we know, it seems she's now suffering from some depression from being over there. They offered her a basketball hoop. She declined, said she did not want to play basketball, did not feel like playing basketball. And that probably tells you things are pretty bad for the WNBA star right now. So, let's get to this story because they're getting ready. I do not believe anything is coming out of this appeal hearing at all, far as by way of good news. Russia's made it pretty clear that right now Brittney Griner is just simply not a priority. I don't see them backing off her sentence or making it any lighter. So anyway, we will find out for sure on Tuesday, and of course we'll update that. In the Moscow jail, where WNBA star Brittney Griner has spent the last 8 months, there is a basketball hoop, but no basketball. Her lawyers offered to bring her one, but Griner told them not to. It's too painful to think about. Quote, she said, maybe if I'm here longer, but not now, one of her attorneys, Maria Blagovlina, said from Moscow on Wednesday. Right now, Griner is focused on her upcoming appeal hearing Tuesday in Moscow Regional Court. Experts say that there is no chance. You get me on that? Experts say there is no chance the court will overturn her conviction. That is terrible news for Brittney Griner. Although it's conceivable the 3-judge panel could slightly reduce her 9-year sentence for smuggling cannabis oil into the country. I would be very surprised by that after Russia referred to U.S. citizens as drug addicts, or at least some of them. And it's clear they consider Brittney Griner to be a drug addict by what they said, because the conversation was around things like medical cannabis. Russia said they didn't care what the United States laws were. Griner, who turned 32 on Tuesday, has been in Russian custody since she was arrested February 17th while trying to return to her Russian club team. Blagovina declined to speculate on the outcome of next week's appeal, but said it is, quote, straightforward affair. One hearing that will last a couple hours with a ruling handed down shortly after it concludes. Griner's lawyers may argue that the lower court erred in its verdict or sentence, but they may not introduce new arguments or evidence. Griner will participate via video conference from her jail and will have a chance to address the judges at the end of the hearing. Interesting. Blagovina and her co-counsel were able to visit Griner on Tuesday and showed her numerous birthday cards and letters along with a photo of her wife, Cheryl, meeting with President Joe Biden last month. Regardless of next week's ruling, Griner will remain at the whim of the Russian officials. Also not good news for Brittney Griner. American U.S. officials have said they haven't received what they consider to be a legitimate response to the offer of the swap for at least one Russian prisoner for Griner and Paul Whelan, who was imprisoned in Russia since December 2018. Let us not forget there are others over there, including others that have been there longer than Brittney Griner. I'm not sure how she's gotten preferential treatment in this, other than the fact that she's become this political symbol for the leftists out there, and some people on the right, too, by the way. Sources close to Griner said she's resigned to the fact that Russia is unlikely to act until the U.S. midterm elections November 8th, not wanting to give Biden a political win. They're not going to do that. Griner's family and American U.S. officials have been concerned that she'll be sent to prison camp. She was sentenced to where conditions are harsher and she could be far more vulnerable to abuse from inmates and staff. But Blagovina said if the appeal court upholds verdict, it is unlikely to be Griner will be moved anytime soon. It's a complicated process that can take anywhere from 3 weeks to 3 months. Griner will be allowed to request location, most likely somewhere close to Moscow where her lawyers are. But as U.S. officials have said repeatedly, Russia can do whatever it likes. With Griner, there is little the U.S. can do for her. Wow. That is not good news for Brittney Griner at all. Unlikely to get her sentence reduced on Tuesday. And it looks like, again, they just said she's at the whim of the Russian officials who have made it clear at this time they've got no interest in swapping out for Victor Bout, who is long rumored to be the Russian scumbag that Biden has offered up to Russia in exchange for Griner and Paul Whelan. Yikes. 3 weeks to 3 months. Maybe not long enough for Griner before she would go to a potential prison camp. Whew. Man, I bet that national anthem over here in the United States would sound so good right now. I'm just saying. Whew. I tell you, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And look, they're using wrongfully detained over here. Okay. I mean, if that's what the U.S. wants to say, but she has admitted to wrongdoing of what Russia's got her over there for, and it's clear she's just not a priority to come back right now. Not for them. There was some speculation that by year's end, and Russia shut that shit down quick. Real quick. No release was imminent, was the quote. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.